Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Michaela, and today I'm here with Makia White. And not only is she a new mother, but she's also my sister, so I'm very excited to have you here on the show with me today.
Thanks for having me.
So, speaking of you as a new mother, you have a son, Brooke. Just tell us a little bit about him.
Well, Brooke is 1.5 now. Very high energy, very rambunctious, getting into everything.
That's how they are around to get to that age. So, what advice would you have, like, for new moms out there on how to raise their newborn babies?
Honestly, you just do the best you can. Sometimes you're gonna feel like you're not doing something right. You're gonna be self-conscious about everything, but there's no guidebook.
Right.
Books really don't help you when it comes down to actually having that baby in your arms. So just stay positive and know that eventually you're gonna get into a groove, and parenting is gonna come. It's gonna come naturally.
So, just speaking on that, what is something that you wish maybe someone would have told you about pregnancy or motherhood that maybe would have made things a little bit easier for you so that other new moms out there can know?
I just wish someone would have told me how, not glamorous the whole pregnancy stages. You see people rocking their baby bumps and it's all, sunshine and rainbows.
Right.
And that is not what it was like for me at all. So that was tougher than expected.
So what is something about your pregnancy that was really tough that you can warn maybe new moms out there about?
Well, me personally, I did have a blood clot through my pregnancy, but I didn't know about it until the very end, close to delivery, because at that point I couldn't breathe. I was telling my doctors for months that I couldn't breathe, and they told me that was a part of the pregnancy. And it wasn't. It was something completely different. So I would just suggest to new mothers or mothers expecting to be more upfront with your doctor. If something's bothering you and you feel like, hey, this might not be just the pregnancy, put your foot down and demand some more research, because it could have been a blood clot like mine was.
So, what was maybe the hardest part about caring for Brooke, as in those first couple months? Because I know a lot of moms say that the newborn stage is the hardest stage. So what was something that was really tough about that?
Women who get C-sections, that can be very tough physically and mentally, because you are recovering from a full surgery. So that made it a lot harder for me. Also, the baby blues, which is postpartum depression after having a baby, which shouldn't be taken lightly. Honestly, if you have a friend or if your partner acts differently, does a complete 360 from their normal personality, you should definitely go to the doctor, because that's something that's way overlooked.
So, what do you think is an important key mothers need to know about raising their 1-month-olds?
I just think they just need to know that it gets better after the month. They will start sleeping through the night, and it'll get there. They're not sleeping but 2 hours here and 2 hours there now, but eventually it's a full 8 hours.
So, also, I know I didn't mention, but you're also a full-time student at University at Arlington. So what advice would you give to new moms out there who are also full-time students and obviously full-time mothers about, just trying to manage their time?
It's going to be hard. You're going to be tired. You're going to be exhausted, because the only time you have time to do schoolwork is going to be when your child is asleep or you're trying to put him to sleep. And deadlines don't change just because your child doesn't want to sleep tonight. And that's something you got to just roll with.
So just, obviously Brooke is still pretty young. So what is something that you're most excited for or looking forward to as Brooke continues to grow and you continue to raise him?
Well, I think the most thing I'm excited for now, short term, is to finally hear him talk and put sentences together and be able to tell me what he wants, what he means when he says things in a complete sentence.
So just speaking on that, obviously he can't talk right now and he's not able to form those complete sentences. So what is the best way for, I know a lot of new mothers out there, they get frustrated because they have to continue to tell their, children to do this, not do that. What is something that, really helps you be able to get your point across to Brooke?
I think a lot of positive reinforcement works a lot well, because when I tell him to do something and he hears good job afterwards, he claps, and he claps for himself. So knowing that there's going to be a good job and knowing that you did something well, it helps for the next time he's told to do something.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. That was some great information. I hope you all learned something and took something from that. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have, but we'll be here next week. And again, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.